SATV News, this is Shibala Alam with our headlines. At least 9 people are killed, including 3 of a family, and 25 injured in Gopalganj road accident. Controversial businessman PK Haldar, arrested in India, was in hiding in West Bengal under a different name, claimed Indian intelligence. Sampriti Utsav in capital on the occasion of Buddha Purnima. Prime Minister has no alternative to stop communal evil, said Information Minister. At least 9 people, including 3 of a family, were killed and 25 others injured when a bus crashed into a car and a bike on a busy Dhaka-Khulna highway in Gopalganj district on Saturday morning, police said. The identities of the deceased could not be known immediately. The accident took place around 11:30 a.m. in Dokhin Fukra area of Kashiani Upazila when the Khulna-bound Rajiv Paribahan bus collided head-on with the car coming from the opposite direction and then hit the bike before coming to a halt, police said. 7 people died on the spot in the impact of the crash. 10 injured people were rushed to Gopalganj Sadar Hospital, where one of them died from injury, said Masood Raihan, officer in charge of Kashiani police station. The accident disrupted vehicular movement on the highway for nearly half an hour, said in charge of highway police. Thousands of crores of Dhaka smugglers, controversial businessman and former managing director of NRB Global Bank PK Haldar has been arrested in India. He changed his name and lived in Ashokanagar, West Bengal, India's intelligence agency claimed. He was among 6 people who were arrested in the neighboring country, Indian media reports on Saturday. All the arrested had fraudulently obtained Indian citizenship papers, according to Enforcement Directorate. Fresh tension erupted on Saturday morning as students of Dhaka College and Ideal College are locked in a clash and chased each other in Science Laboratory intersection area. The clash started over previous hostility among some students of the college, said police. The students of 2 colleges stated gathering in front of Dhaka College and Science Laboratory intersection area in the morning and chased each other. Dhaka Metropolitan Police Assistant Commissioner for New Market Zone Sharif Muhammad Farukuzzaman said police rushed to the area and tried to prevent the students' clash. He said teachers of both the colleges also came to the spot and tried to stop the students. The area remained tense as some students were on the street till afternoon. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has said that the Awami League has once again killed democracy like in 1975. He made the remarks at the biennial conference in Dinajpur. He also remarked that his party, in the guise of democracy, will one day be lost from the pages of history. Speaking as the chief guest at a council in the morning, the BNP General Secretary further said that the politics of killing and disappearance of Awami League is well recognized today. The BNP will not go to the polls under the government at any circumstance. Therefore, Mirza Fakhrul called for the formation of a caretaker government without delay. Meanwhile, BNP protest rallies are going on all over the country. The district leaders demanded the resignation of the government for failing to hold rallies in different districts. India has banned wheat exports while immediate effects as part of its steps to control the spike in prices at home, said sources. Only export shipments for which letters of credit have been issued on or before yesterday's notification will be allowed, the government said. Besides, the government will allow exports on request from other countries, a notification issued by the Director General of Foreign Trade said. The notification said that the government has taken the decision in order to manage the overall food security of the country and to support the needs of the neighboring and other vulnerable countries. Global buyers have been banking on India, the world's second largest wheat producer after China, for supplies after export from the Black Sea region dropped since Russia's invasion of Ukraine in late February. The move to ban wheat exports comes after huge crop loss due to a heat wave in March. During the raid, 12,000 litres of illegally stored edible oil was seized by the law enforcement agencies and the District Consumers' Right Protection Department. The accused were fined Dhaka 4.5 lakh. Officials said that the operation would continue. The National Consumer Rights Protection Department have recovered 2,000 litres of edible oil from 3 shops in Agrabad's Kornafuli market. At that time, the shop owner were fined Dhaka 1,60,000 and a shop was sealed. Besides, the Rajshahi National Consumer Rights Protection Department has seized about 100 litres of bottled soybean oil illegally stored. The shopkeeper was fined Dhaka 20,000. The oil was later sold to local consumers. Separately, the Consumer Rights Protection Department confiscated 4,500 litres of edible oil at Shobharampur in Faridpur and imposed a fine of Dhaka 1 lakh. Tomorrow is Buddha Purnima. On this occasion, a peace procession and a festival of harmony were organized at Shahbag in the capital in the morning. On this occasion, Information and Broadcasting Minister Hassan Mahmood said that the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has no alternative to stop the communal evil. Separately, Minister of State for Religion Faridul Haq Khan said that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina had laid the foundation of Bangabandhu's non-communal Bangladesh and maintained continuity. Viewers are taking a short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. US President Joe Biden announced a new era of partnership between the US and ASEAN. This came during Friday at the second day of the US-ASEAN Special Summit in Washington, D.C. Attendees discussed many issues such as the pandemic, climate change and education. Biden added the discussion reflects how important the Pacific and ASEAN members are to the US. It is the first time in 6 years that Washington hosted ASEAN leaders in the States. 9 countries were invited to the summit. Meanwhile, the PTI today changed the venue of its public gathering from CTI ground, a property of the Christian community, to VIP ground in Sialkot after the community lost a protest as the party had not taken prior permission from them for the rally. The police had early in the morning launched a crackdown on the PTI's activities and got the rally venue vacated after they tried to hold a public meeting at the CTI ground, a property of the Christian community, without their consent. The district administration of Sialkot had also had a day back rejected PTI's request for holding a rally at the CTI ground after the Christian community raised objections over the meeting at their property. In a series of tweets, PTI Chairman Imran Khan confirmed that he will be addressing the Sialkot Jalsa and said the administration's actions against party leaders were outrageous but not expected. Meanwhile, PTI chairman and former Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan claimed Friday that the establishment is calling him but he is not ready to talk to them, adding that he has blocked their numbers. He is not going to speak to anyone until the date for the election is announced, the ex-premier said while speaking to journalists. Khan asked people who supported the conspiracy whether they were not worried about Pakistan's future. It would have been better for them to drop an atom bomb on Pakistan than to have these people in power, he added. Police fired tear gas and used batons on Friday in India-held Kashmir to break up a protest against the killing of a Hindu allegedly by anti-India fighters, sources said. The clashes are frequent in the occupied territory, but the police operation was the first in the Muslim-majority region against the local Hindu population. Police said 2 gunmen shot and killed Rahul Bhatt, a government employee, on Thursday inside an office complex in Budgam where he worked. Later, police put the blame on Kashmiri fighters resisting Indian rule in the valley. The protesters on Friday shouted slogans against the Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and demanded Bhatt's killers be brought to justice. Israeli police officers charged at Palestinian mourners carrying the coffin at Al Jazeera's journalist Shireen on Friday before thousands led her casket through Jerusalem's old city in an outpouring of grief and anger over her killing. On the flip side, the UN Security Council on Friday night strongly condemned the killing of the Palestinian-American journalist Shireen and called for an immediate, thorough, transparent and fair and impartial investigation. The unanimous condemnation came hours after Israeli police charged and beat mourners at her funeral in Jerusalem's old city.
Al Jazeera said she'd been shot in cold.
Now sports news. The FA Cup final on tonight will see favourites Liverpool battle Chelsea for the title at Wembley Stadium. This will be the second final that these two sides have played the season after battling in the EFL Cup final back in February when the Reds came out as victorious. This time around, the expectation is for Liverpool to come out on top again while the Blues try to add the piece of hardware alongside the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Cup World Cup in what has been the wild season highlighted by the change of ownership. In all three of their meetings this season, two of which were in the Premier League, no team has been able to win in regulation. Before ending, we go to the headlines again. At least 9 people are killed, including 3 of a family, and 25 injured in Gopalganj road accident. Controversial businessman P.K. Halder, arrested in India, was in hiding in West Bengal under different name, claimed Indian intelligence. Sampriti Utsav in the capital on the occasion of Buddha Purnima. Prime Minister has no alternative to stop communal evil, said Information Minister. You're up to date so far here on SATV News, and to know the latest news, visit www.satvtv.tv. Stay with SATV.